Yeah, on such a great night, I think I'll start out with, how sorry I felt for Ao DeSumo. I did talk to Brad today when I found out. I actually talked to the kid, and Marty texts him. I mean, Marty's one of my best kids, as everybody knows, and that thing was a war, and had nothing to do with him. But hopefully, he'll recover quickly because he's one of the best players in this league and one of the great kids in this league. So I'll just leave it at that. But that was taken care of. As far as the game goes, we started out that second half 1 for 9, and we ended at 10 for 13. That was big. I thought it was surviving the first half without, my two superstars, Josh and Aaron, playing, 20 minutes between the two of them, and be down 5. I thought we were lucky. I did not think we played great, and yet we found a way to win. It was an absolute war in there. I feel for Chris too. I thought, we were both complaining about a lot of things. It was so physical in the post, but at the same time, there were some big plays. The play when we're down 49-42 and Josh sprinted back and blocked that shot was huge. The big 3 we got from Joey was huge. I thought we did some great defensive stands down the stretch, and yet we had to overcome, some turnovers and some sporadic play at times. I thought Aaron, second half, started playing off 2 feet. First half, he was playing off 1 foot. That was a big difference. But to out-rebound them, have 19 assists on 24 baskets, more like we've been playing earlier in the year. Defensively, I thought, we gave up some things inside, but the whole game plan defensively was don't give up the 3. They hit 11 threes. In the last 5 games, they're averaging almost 11 threes a game. They get 4. I thought we did a hell of a job on Justin Aaron's. Another kid I almost feel for because love his family, his brother. And we gave him so much attention because my assistants were watching him shoot around before the game. And I had 3 assistants come up to me and say he doesn't miss a shot. And, when I watched him, it made me ill because he doesn't miss many shots. And I thought, Dwayne Washington has been playing so good and has really improved as a player. And we did a decent job on him from the 3, although he drove us crazy the first 10 minutes of the game, just driving the ball. But that's a very good team. They're missing a very good player, although we've gone through some missing people too. But that was a big win for us. The way we won it, maybe not shooting the lights out, although we shot 48%. I thought it was our rebounding was pretty good. The defense against the 3 was pretty good. And Aaron and Gabe came up with some big, big shots. And, we got something out of out of AJ. We got something out of Marcus Bingham. I thought he played very well. And, all in all, just happy we found a way to win. So questions.
We'll start with Chris Solari.
Hey, Tom, the last 3 games, you've had 3 different guys with Aaron tonight, Rocket last game, and then Josh the game before against Indiana, kind of running the show in a lot of spots. What tonight made the spot for Aaron to take over, and what did you see from him in taking over down the stretch?
I'm really happy with the progress Rocket has made, but tonight we thought he could get in the paint, which he can against anybody, but we're not playing off 2 feet. So we're taking some shots that, might have thought he got fouled on a couple, and you don't call those. And so, and he struggled defensively for the first time in a while. And so we just kind of mixed our lineup up. It's been that way all year. Why change now? But, we did put different guys at the point. Had AJ there a little bit. I had Josh there a hair. Down the stretch, I had Aaron there. It helps when I can play, Joey, and because now they got to respect the shooter. And that gave Aaron some freedom. So there were different groups of people we had in there. I thought every guy that played, from Rocket, second half was better, to just every guy did something. Malik Hall did something. Marcus was very good. Kithier gave us 5 good minutes. I mean, those don't seem like a lot of minutes to some people, but they do to me, and I appreciate it.
Next, we'll go to Audrey Dahlgren.
Hey, Tom, just curious, where has this "I don't get tired" mentality come, where has it come from with Aaron? Because after the last game and now this game, he's mentioned several times that I don't get tired.
Everybody's got idols. You hear LeBron James say it. I love what he said, because I do in a day and an era where everybody's taking days off. I just love watching LeBron say it. I remember talking to Magic years ago. They practiced every day, played every day. And I told Aaron that. I said, the only way we're going to get tired is if we talk about being tired. I said, learn from LeBron. He goes on every night, 40 minutes, 41 minutes. I'm not tired. I take care of myself. Now, I will say this. Our guys have done a good job of taking care of themselves. And we've done a pretty good job, for me, a real good job of not beating the hell out of them in practice. We had, that next day, we had a walkthrough in the afternoon. We had a film session. We had another walkthrough film session. Then that night, we came back and another walkthrough film session. This morning, we had one. And then this afternoon, a shoot around. So we're trying not to save their legs and maybe mentally prepare more than physically. So I kind of used it like an NCAA tournament, how we prepare there with one-day prep. And I think Aaron, hey, he's got a lot on the line right now. Josh, these juniors and seniors are playing for a lot, and I give him credit. He was getting tired, but we rode him like a horse, and he answered the bell.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Next, we'll go to Lindsey Huddleston.
Hey, Tom, not only are you celebrating a big win, but maybe tonight's scenario with the AJ's freshman mistake gave some insight into that burning question of how do these young athletes take criticism. It seemed like it was Josh's voice that was the loudest in the arena to help self-correct, as well as some other players. So you think there's more to that it's the peers that can really help self-correct with the criticism as opposed to the player himself or the coach?
Players are amazing now. Everybody's got an answer for what they do. I mean, it's all of them. But Josh Langford, his game has been good. Tonight he's only 2 for 7, but he makes big blocks. He makes a couple of free throws that are critical. He gets a few rebounds. He gets 5 assists. But all those things don't compare to how he's been every practice, every huddle, every locker room. I mean, I've found myself a guy who. He's been through so much. I think it's so important to him. I always talk about liking, loving, or living. He lives it, and he's even going out of his personality. His personality is kind of quiet, and I just loved it when he really showed some passion and emotion, and he did it in a classier way than I would, of course. But it's fun to watch him take that over. And that's what I've started with Mateen. It'll end when I'm dead. Player coach teams are very valuable, very important. And I can go to Josh now and say, what do you think? What do you do? And again, I don't want to make it like I'm just trying to give him kudos, but Foster Lawyer's been so good on that bench, man. He's got play sheets and play cards, and God, he's, my captains have acted like captains. And that is so good to see people grow, not just as players. They're all really good students, but they've all grown as people. And for that, I'm proud. I really am.
Right. Thank you.
Next, we'll go to Jana Bartle.
Hi, Tom. As you guys were entering those final 3 minutes, really critical to kind of pull away, what was the game plan there, and how were the captains and leaders of the team helping the team stay controlled in those final 3 minutes?
Well, first of all, my coaches, I think this was Dane's scout, and we did a good job of knowing what plays they were going to run down the stretch. And Josh has watched so much film. He was just talking to everybody about that. We decided to put the ball in Aaron's hands on those ball screens. We thought we could get Joey on a blur because they're going to put so much attention to Aaron. Sure enough, he knocked down that big three, which was really big at the time. And so that was the game plan, put it in Aaron's hands. We ran some things for him and Josh. We tried to look at our two best. Josh made a great feed into Markey, who made a bucket. Aaron made a great feed to Joey, who made a bucket. So it wasn't always about them scoring. And then they each hit that elbow free throw line jump shots that were game winners, but don't underestimate Josh's his blocks, his rebounds. I didn't see the play when we got the big rebound and they called a foul on Josh way off on the ball. So I don't know what happened there, but I thought last week was physical. This week was more physical. And I will say this, I love Ohio State's team. I think Chris has done as good a job as anybody in this league. When you look at what he had and the size, and boy, I'll tell you, he's got a couple guys. Lindell is, God, he's a man. I really, really enjoy him. Washington's really good, and Orange has been so good. Walker, I mean, they've got a lot of very, very, very good players that aren't maybe superstars, but they are. You talk about a connected group. It's fun to be down on the floor and listen to them talk. So there's no doubt they're still a one seed in my mind. Everybody doesn't realize that people are beating people in other conferences, but in our conference, there's so many good teams. There's never a night off. And sometimes you just wear down a little bit. So I'm ecstatic. I think I'm not sure we've had many weeks when we beat a 4 and 5 ranked team in the country. So I'm just going to enjoy it for 20 more minutes.
Thank you.
Next, we'll go to Rico Cooney.
Hey, Tom. Everything that went on in this game, I think one of the things that may get kind of glossed over, but looked like to me was a big moment, was you got Josh and Aaron on the bench late in the first half, and you go into the first half down by 5 when maybe you could have been down by 10 or 13.
Well, Rico, that's what happened to us Josh was sick then, and we didn't have Gabe, and you think Gabe's not important. He's playing better and better and better. And that's what happened to us at Ohio State. We were, I think we were down 5 with 4 minutes left, and we went into the locker room down 12. And so, it looked like it was going that way. And, we found a way to stabilize there, and that was really big. And I'm just proud of the way they handled themselves. I mean, we're getting ball out of a lot of different people. And as I said, Kithier goes in for 5 minutes. He does something, and Malik Hall goes in for 7-8 minutes. But, we were able to switch 5 with him and do some different things. He came up with a big rebound. We did some damn good things. And it's kind of nice when everybody's been involved. I think that's the way it's been all year. But our 2 superstars got to come through, and they've been doing it, both of them. Aaron's been unbelievable, and really proud of him, proud of how he's handling things. And Josh, he just plays both ends. I mean, Josh has given me everything he's got left in his body. I promise you that.
Thank you.
Next, we'll go to Kyle Austin.
I'm talking about a third guy, of all the reasons you played better these last 2 games, how important is Gabe Brown giving you the minutes he has been able to?
Well, he's really important. He's my Morris Peterson. I tell people, that the process has been a little slow, but it was Morris that came through in his 3rd year. He started playing better and better, and you're starting to see Gabe play better and better. He's getting more comfortable. He's better defensively. He's starting to rebound finally. We said he had to rebound better, and he's starting to do that. Didn't have any turnovers, played pretty good defense. I'm really happy for Gabe because he, along with Josh, is one of those guys that double lives it. I think he's got a cot in that place. And, Gabe is, you got to love Gabe. He's just a happy-go-lucky guy who cares about the game, cares about the program. It's fun to see guys that have worked their way, deserve, and get what they deserve. And that doesn't always happen. I'm happy for Gabe that it's happened.
All right, we have two final questions. We'll start with Larry and end with Jack.
Hey, Tom, actually, it was the first time in program history you beat a top 5 Big Ten team back to back. So I guess that would explain a little bit of the celebration in the locker room. There were some cameras in there. Can you just kind of say how fun that was to enjoy that with your guys in a water celebration?
There would have been days I'd have probably chewed him out for that, because we shouldn't be celebrating a win. We should be celebrating championships here. But what we've gone through this year, man, I enjoyed every minute of it. Don't have to take a shower now. It was awesome. Marcus Bingham got a couple of shots at me. I told him I know he enjoyed it. It was, it was special because it was genuine. And I don't think we're about winning games here, but you got to win games to advance. And those were 2 big games. And, they not only came in a short period of time, but they came, the Indiana game, this one, we've been a little down and out. There's no question. And those kids have been through a lot in a lot of different ways. So they want to throw water on me or soap or Gatorade or whatever they want to throw at me, Larry, I'm in for it right now.
And we'll wrap with Jack Ebling.
Tom, if the purpose of this whole thing is to teach some life lessons, what have your guys learned about perseverance and staying in the fight over the last 6 days?
That was exactly what I hit him with. I hit him with that when we started. I said, you're going to have a lot more tough things to go through in your life. You think of all the people that have lost their lives in this pandemic. And, I look at Julius and what he's gone through and some of the other guys, and DJ, and I say, if you can fight through adversity, if you can fight through the toughest times, it's going to help you, because you're going to have tougher times, whether it's your kids, your wife, your parents, sickness, death, all the things that go on in your life, disappointments, failures. And so it is a life lesson. And, when you can get off the mat, as they say, it's been that saying since I was a kid, if you're knocked down, you got to get up one more time than you're knocked down, all those cliche things. But we're not, we're not safe in anything yet. We haven't accomplished anything yet, but we did accomplish that. We know we can get up off the mat. And can we sustain being off the mat now? That'll be the next chore. And if we can do that, then we take another step. So this is just a step-by-step process. I can promise you that we're going to look forward to going to Maryland a little more than we would have 5 days ago. And I'm looking forward to going back to work tonight. I always said this is the time of year when your eyes get sore, you don't sleep, and just starting a little earlier this year than other years. And I promise you, I feel me and my staff, we've got enough in us to get it going. And I think our players, one advantage of playing that many people helps. And Aaron Henry, I'm going to pack him in ice and move him into my house for a week. That's all.